Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Do you like Fatal Fury better now? Because I think you restarted, right?
I played a little bit more of it, and it's just... I feel like there is a point at which I will have fun. I'm just not quite there yet.
It's on the other side of the rainbow.
It is, and I can't, rainbows, you can't really walk on them. That's not physically possible. So I'm just kind of...
You were enjoying yourself the other day. You got your first perfect and stuff. Yeah,
but it's still not... I still don't feel anything like I still have not enjoyed it at all like I did Guilty Gear or even Street Fighter or Tekken.
Or DNF.
But even DNF, man. So I guess how many hours do I have in it now? Let me check real quick. Whatever the number is, because Steam is taking forever, it's not enough yet. I need more hours.
Oh, more of them. Hand me all the
16.7.
16.7. That should be enough time to know if you like a game or not, right?
Yeah, it's enough for me to know for Expedition 33.
I guess fighting games might be a little different because it's much more to learn, I guess.
It's like 100 hours later. I'm sure it's another 100 hours to go. It's going to be there.
It's the One Piece of fighting games.
The One Piece of fighting games.
you just gotta get past that 300th hour, and then it all clicks. I also had to laugh because we were on YouTube looking at some game trailers earlier, and the first thing I saw was a thumbnail from, is it Diaphone or Diaphony?
Diaphone, I believe.
Diaphone, and it literally in the thumbnail it's like easiest characters, whatever, hardest two characters, fucking Salvatore and Tizak, and I'm like, oh. Maybe I started wrong, so
maybe I started wrong.
Maybe I started wrong.
Maybe they're being facetious. Those are the easiest characters. They lied to you.
I don't know. They feel really, they feel like learning the game on hard mode. They may not be the hardest characters, but seeing how other people play their characters, it feels like every other character is a Shoto, and I'm just kind of fighting against Ryu every time. Every character's got a DP and a fireball of some kind, and I can't. I don't know. I'll keep playing as always. I'll bring you. Yeah, I'll keep gaming. That's what we're all doing. But we're done talking about that because we got much more to talk about on episode 46 of the Giant Enemy. On episode 46 of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. That is not a second take. Don't worry about it. I'm your host, Fliz.
Or the third.
Nope. It's first try. Always first try. You've seen my editing. I don't edit shit. I don't remember if I said who I am. I probably did. I'm Fliz. I'm kind of your host or co-host. I'm joined by these other lovely co-hosts, Tsun, Kylar, and Strider.
Hello.
How was your gentleman's day?
Oh, it was all right. It was all right. I was just excited to get home. I was at work all day. I was like, I want to go home and want to do stuff. And then I ended up having to put furniture together. What
did you put together?
A futon.
How do you put a futon together?
Well, it got sent to us put together, and then it doesn't, like, we couldn't fit it up the stairs, so I had to take it apart, bring it all the way up there, and then rebuild the thing up there.
Nice.
Not
I had to do that with my kid's crib, so
yeah.
I feel your pain. It fits in the room perfectly. It does not fit through the doorway.
Nope. Did not go up the stairs. That was a rough one.
My wife's like, you can just move it. I'm like, I can't. It physically will not go through. I have to do so much work here. It's fine. You got this. Ugh.
Just pry the door a little bit wider.
Yeah, just use those stretchy doorways, the ones that bounce and move when you push on them.
Our walls are made of paper anyway. Just cut a hole in it and just put the paper back.
The doorway expands, but it doesn't
It doesn't snap back like it should. It expands once.
It expands once.
Other than that, man, we've just been playing Marvel, but you gentlemen have been playing Clair Obscur.
You can just say Expedition 33. You don't have to.
No, I need to know who is Claire. Why is she obscure? And why has there been 33 expeditions?
It's French for light
I
dirt.
don't know that. I have zero knowledge of this game, so that means you three get to explain it to me as if I'm me.
You okay?
I just told you I'm tired. I've been busting my ass all
Slurring your
week.
word.
Yeah, I wish I was drunk. Then it would give me an excuse. I'm just stupid. So yeah, I haven't touched it. All I know is that everybody and their grandma loves this game. Even the chuds on my Twitter love this game, which is rare. We're going to talk about everything, but we're not going to do spoilers today, so don't worry about that. We're just going to give, they're just going to give their thoughts and ideas about the game so far. So tell me about the game. What is it? What am I missing?
All right. So Expedition 33, it's funny because I've actually I've referred to as Clair Obscur to other people, like at work and stuff when I talk about the game, and they have no idea what game I'm talking about. And then I called Expedition 33, like, oh, I've heard of that game.
Yeah, no, it's just more. I think it's more well known as Expedition 33.
Yeah, but no, this game, honestly, from playing it, the first one of the thoughts I had as I kind of got more into it was like, this is what a AAA game should be, and it's shocking because this is not a AAA game. It's kind of insane how well this game churned out. Expedition 33, kind of the idea behind the story of what this game is about is the world is like some kind of post-apocalyptic setting that far off in the distance there's a large monolith with a number on it, glowing number, and every year this large being called the Paintress takes that number and rewrites it, except -1. So if it was 50, it goes down to 49.
Yeah.
If it was 49,
Hold
it goes
on.
down to 48.
Hold on. Did we talk about this game a long time
We
ago?
did.
Like
We
a
watched the
long
trailer.
time ago?
Yeah.
Because it was announced 10 months ago.
I remember this explanation, but I didn't know this was that. I thought you were talking about some manga or something.
We
No.
talked about it, and I was talking about how excited I was for it. I was hyped for this game.
This is that game. And the number represents basically the maximum age a person can be in the world. If you are that age or over it, you die. And the way you die is you basically scatter into flowers.
You just disappear, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just gone. So Expedition 33 follows the expedition that goes out to try and stop the Paintress and stop this curse.
What are they, the 67th expedition?
Yes, because as you learn throughout the game, it started out as 100. So
Actually, 100 was Expedition 0.
which they called the first one Expedition 0 when the number was 100. But yeah, so that's the idea of the game is you are going out to stop this strange being from basically wreaking havoc and killing all these people every year. And the beginning of the game is absolutely fantastic. It sets the mood for everything super well. It introduces the characters. It kind of gives you an idea of what the world is like and how people are reacting to this kind of phenomenon that happens. There are people that are just accepting of it. They're like, this is the life that I live now. This is just how it is. There are other people that are just want to go out there and stop it. Other people are just kind of trying to celebrate and live their lives as best they can. Really interesting and great way to introduce the game at the very start. And they also go over the mechanics of how the combat goes too, which we'll get into. Some key features about the game that make it really stick out is the game looks phenomenal. Actually, from what I've heard, a lot of the reason people even pick up the game is because the visuals are fantastic, and that's maintained throughout the entire game. The level design, the character design, what everything looks like, the different animations, minus a little bit of jankiness for the hands that you'll notice sometimes. It all looks superb. All the motion cap is done really well. It is grade A stuff. Did you guys have any comments regarding any of that?
I was gonna say it's done in what is a lot of the aesthetics are taken from a specific style. I can't remember what the hell it's called.
Is it Belle Epoque?
Belle Epoque, yeah. It's a dark fantasy Belle Epoque aesthetic. Which Belle Epoque, I think I looked it up. It refers to the time period of I think a golden age for the arts in France.
The end of the Franco-Prussian War in 1871.
Yeah, which started like a basically like a golden age for the arts in France, I believe it was.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then World War One happened.
Yeah.
Well, that war is responsible for the formation of Germany.
Oh.
Wait,
Like-
oh.
Yeah, hold on.
You can't just say the entire country.
No, I'm kidding. I mean,
But
further
literally-
down the road, there's an but no, Germany itself is
Oh my god.
I think every country has its utmost. Bullshit. I was just thinking about that today, man. Because I'm not trying to get political, but Germany denounced some stuff going on with the AFD. And anyway, I was just thinking, like, man, and then I've been reading about this the shipwreck of the Batavia, and like that was the Dutch East India Trading Company, and they did some terrible stuff too. And I was like, I didn't know the Dutch did a bunch of horrible stuff.
Every country
country's-
has done something horrible.
I still remember like seeing a video on like the origin of Banana Republic and what the states did in like those countries. That was fucked up.
Where were we?
We're talking about
Well, I was asking for
Belle
thoughts
Epoque.
about the visual fidelity behind Expedition 33. And now we're talking about Germany.
So we started off because we was talking about you mentioned that, and I mentioned the Belle Epoque,
Okay.
and then Miller brought up Germany.
But yeah, there's the visuals for the game are absolutely fantastic. The music for the game is also really well done. And what's interesting too is unfortunately I don't remember the name of the musical artist, but apparently the person that got to compose the music was just someone that the developers found like on SoundCloud. Like that's just where they found him. They're like, hey, you want to do music for a game?
That's cool because they're very good.
Yeah, the music is actually like really great, and there's tons of different music that you can find as you explore the world and
Oh
stuff.
my god, man! The appearances of zones and vistas and stuff in this fucking game.
Oh yeah, it's
phenomenal.
really well done. It's very varied as well. There's tons of different environments to explore that have different themes.
Dude,
to them.
flying waters.
Yeah.
I fucking love that area massively.
Oh yeah, they're all really good. And then the actual combat and how because this is a turn-based RPG game, how the combat goes on is it's very similar to, like, I describe it as a mix of Persona and also those Mario and Luigi RPG games where you could like dodge attacks and like counterattack different attacks.
I have a good way to explain it kind of for Fliz, because Fliz, you played Legend Dragoon.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know how Legend Dragoon, I think was it all attacks or just skills you had like the QTEs for?
I don't know, but it was QTs.
Yeah, it's the same deal in like for when you're attacking in Expedition 33 for skills and stuff. Timings to get better effects and all that.
Yep, your skills and
Nice.
attacks have QTEs that you do to make them more efficient. This can range from just more damage to, like, if you put a buff on someone, if you nail the QTE, it'll spread to everyone instead of just being on that one person, and so on and so forth.
It can also be detrimental.
Yeah, and enemy attacks also, you can choose to dodge them. If you're really good at dodging them, you can choose to parry them instead. And if you parry them really well, you can even counterattack. You can also jump over attacks and fire back with like your ranged attacks to do that instead. And there's tons of different other stuff that you can do in combat. And there's various other mechanics that a ton of the enemies have that are unique to them that you had to kind of figure out like a puzzle. So the combat is also really well done.
Speaking of the combat, I watched Strider fight a boss for a while.
You were watching me fight the super boss, the final optional.
I don't want to spoil anything, but from what I was watching, is this the kind of game where you could like get through it on reflexes, or do you have to learn the attacks?
He specifically, you needed to learn. He is
Oh, it's just that
extremely
one.
punishing compared to every other fight in the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looked pretty nasty.
Yeah, they're definitely you could definitely get through almost like just pure reflex alone perfectly fine, especially because a lot of the attacks, they kind of slow down a little bit before they actually land to give you time to react. And also some attacks have unique tells where they'll like give you a rhythm you need to follow before like the actual attack happens too. That is also something that some enemies will do. So yeah, there's totally ways to read all of the attacks. There's rarely any, I don't think there's any that I've run into at least that are purely random that you just have to guess.
Some of those parry windows are really fucking tight.
They are, yeah.
Like really fucking tight.
The parry window is 0.15 seconds. You have to hit it within 0.15 seconds of you getting when you're going to get hit. So it's pretty precise. There's only like a handful of enemies that I say their tell isn't good enough, because sometimes enemies will faint you out, but they'll have the sound cue is usually your hint. In this case, the sound is usually what I found to be the most consistent. The only time I've really had trouble reading a boss is during that super boss. He's the only problem I've had. Every other fight there's always either it's a rhythm, as in like the attack will repeat at the same tempo, or the visual will tell you, or the sound will tell you.
You're talking about the sound telling you. Now I'm like interested in this game, but I also want it to be a rhythm game. That sounds dope. If you,
it sort of is. Honestly,
like with real.
One thing I want to bring up is I believe that the overall director for this, he used to speedrun Sekiro.
Oh, nice.
And it shows in like the tempo and feeling that these bosses have. They feel very much like they have like it is a Sekiro style attack is coming, but since you can't move, you just have to focus exclusively on the parries or dodging.
That's kind of cool.
So it's very much of a very similar feel to a rhythm game.
Oh, now I'm kind of interested.
The current boss I'm on, holy shit, they have so many like rapid attacks, and if I fuck up once, I get stunned, and I can't defend with that character anymore, and they will target them.
Because you just reminded me of the other thing that helps you figure out what a boss is going to do is it always tells you what's coming at the top when they start their animation. And with
like
that,
the name of the attack,
like it's either the name of the attack or like what they're doing, like a long combo, a powerful combo.
It
does
I
a two-hit
Yeah,
combo.
quick attack, slow attack, like that.
Yep. Because the other thing I want to praise about this combat is because of the attack really is that almost nothing shares any animations. Like everything from common enemies to most bosses are a pretty unique fight. And even there's these optional versions of the common enemies as like bonus bosses. They're known as chromatic enemies. Is they mix up or have a new mechanic of base enemies.
That's cool. They're not just more HP.
Like there's one I'll use as an example that unlike normal enemies, you never get a turn. You have to land 3 parries on him before you get
I encounter that little bastard
before you get a turn. And with the combat is the bosses and bonus bosses especially all have really cool mechanics. Like they make use of their combat system very well. Because I don't think there is a single fight in this game that I didn't like.
Well, that's good because you're super critical of the fighting system in games like this.
Because they set out to do what they wanted and they utilized their combat system that they made very well. Like the most problems I had was either from, because I played it through GeForce Now, is a slight delay with it.
But it was still doable.
It was still doable, even with that very slight delay. And it wasn't always. It was mostly because I kept forgetting that because when I was playing through GeForce Now, every time it would set it to max graphics settings, but certain boss effects in late game would cause a very slight amount of lag. Which is, there was one boss in particular that I noticed like the slowdown. But other than that, I really didn't have any problems with the combat. And I think overall it's probably my favorite combat in a turn-based RPG.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's pretty far up there for me as well.
Yeah, the combat, top notch. The way the game does its story is also very praiseworthy because this is a game that's compared a lot to Persona and games similar to it. And Persona, I love Persona and other RPGs like it. One of the problems that makes it hard to recommend is it is a slog to go through because there's like so much like dialogue and text and just like so much that it has to explain to you over time, where you're not really playing the game, you're just like reading the game. This does not do that, but still does a fantastic job of telling the story and also making you enjoy the characters. And that, along with its combat system, give you a game where it is very concise and direct. You can go easily from cutscene to dialogue to combat, and just it seamlessly goes through all of it. And the way the exploration in the game also is kind of designed, if you want more, you can just go do it. If you don't want more, you can just ignore all of it and keep going. So it's really well done and natural on how you can choose the pace of the game, depending on like what you like. So you don't have to worry about playing an RPG and just taking hours and hours and you just reading over and over. This is not that. You can just enjoy the parts of it that you want. And if you want to know more and just kind of explore, then it's totally up to you.
I just realized we kind of brushed over this, and I want to go back to it for the combat real quick. Is another thing that really helps the combat is that each character has a unique mechanic tied to them.
Yeah, I want to bring that up too.
So because for example, your first character that you get generates charges, which you can use on a specific skill, and it will do more damage and stun based on how many charges he's gathered from using all of his other skills. The second person you get has a mechanic where she generates basically a currency that she can use based on what type of element of spell she used. And once she can hold up to 4 of them, and based on if you have the correct set of them, it will empower certain parts of your spells. And then there's similar things for each character after this, where each character has their unique game plan, and the skills in their skill tree allow them to have a defined playstyle that can be adjusted in many ways to fit your build. Because it's easy to do something like a status burning build for a character, or you could turn them into a tank because they're the only person with a skill that basically allows them to block for other characters. So there's a lot of there's like a defined archetype and mechanic to each character, but there's a lot of free form in building them.
I wish we were doing spoilers because then y'all could talk about stuff, but what else can you do without spoiling it?
I mean, that's the thing is like I haven't been able to finish the game, so I can't even really talk about spoilers because there's nothing for me to talk about yet. I haven't finished it. So
that's why I'm trying to not say anything, because I don't remember what you guys know and don't know at this point. Because there's a lot.
You know where I am.
I know where you are. I just don't remember what you know at that point. Type of situation.
Okay.
Because you learn a bunch right about where you are.
Yeah, I have an idea. I'm pretty sure I've figured out what's going on for the most part. I'm just waiting to see if there's any twists that might surprise me a bit more. Like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that part of it or whatever. But I have ideas of what's going on that are pretty solidified to an extent.
Well, what I was trying to say is the story as well is very easily digestible for the genre that it is. So if you've had like experiences with previous games that are similar that you didn't like for those reasons, this game is not like that. Honestly, it just does so much so well in so many ways that this is definitely a contender for Game of the Year.
I agree with that
sure.
Wholeheartedly.
Which is like crazy for like the team that was behind it, because I think they only had 34 people or something.
Yep, it's right
around that. Yeah,
there is of course like the bunch of help they got outside of their studio, but the core development team that is 34 people.
And that's insane. Sandfall Interactive, right? Is the dev team? It's their first game as this new team, I believe. It's pretty strong coming out the gate with Expedition 33.
And then to top it all off, which is because it's so rare now, it runs great too. At least for me it did. I was running on max settings, no problem. So
I've had no issues either, at all.
And it's funny and Strider was there. I wanted to try to play Monster Hunter Wilds, and the game just would not work. It was just didn't boot. It was just chugging. I was like, all right, I guess I'm not playing Monster Hunter today. This isn't working right. They broke something. And then this game comes out looking honestly better, and it runs way better at the same time. It's pretty incredible. I'm very, very happy this game came out. And honestly, I think it's worth just kind of giving it a try. On top of that, I think it's how much is it, $45?
It's $45 and on Game Pass.
And on Game Pass, yeah. So if you just wanted to try it, just grab the Game Pass real quick. Or if you wanted to shell out $45, it's what, $20 less than the usual cost of a AAA game with all the quality that goes with it. I think it's honestly just a 10 out of 10 game.
It's absolutely. the only real problem I have with it is the late game combat balance kind of breaks if you build your character correctly.
I mean, that's most
That's-
RPGs, though.
Yeah.
It's incredibly bad. Like in this game, you can one shot the strongest fight, and it's not particularly hard to do. And because of the way this combat, because the other problem is that because of all the stuff you can do at the end, it's very easy to over level for certain things. Like there's going to be some
so
you just will breeze through.
So you're just kind of like, look, let's do all this end game stuff, and then everything you encounter is like almost easier than the last thing you encountered, just because you're that much stronger.
Like
You're
the
just
number
kinda
one thing I see
doing it.
people doing is like when you get to the end, and like you have your basically like you can go anywhere type situation before the final dungeon type situation is the game just if you go and do like 2 hours of stuff, you will one shot the final boss type of situation.
I mean, I remember Final Fantasy. Well, I always go to 7, but 7 kind of had the same thing because like doing Ruby and Emerald was way more. Even really high level, that stuff was difficult. So maybe it's not.
You
the
could be
same,
max
but-
level, and that shit would be difficult.
Yeah, I don't think I ever beat Emerald. I know I beat Ruby, but never Emerald.
Yeah, this thing you can
Sorry.
just walk up and do it in 10 seconds. Like the hardest fight in the game, which is
And that's extra hard.
Yep.
That's not like story based.
Yep. The thing with the story thing is that like if you do any optional stuff at a certain point, is the final area becomes incredibly easy.
Oh, see, now normally I would say like that's totally fine for an RPG, but with one that's so like with the combat system being so essential to the game or being so good is like that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, all your skills kind of mean nothing when your stats are high enough. But getting to that point sounds like a real good time. Or not. I don't know.
I definitely very much enjoyed the post game section, like the end game section.
Okay, cool.
It's definitely one of my favorites, like sections in an RPG, is because the only problem is that it's just not very balanced. If you go out of your way, like if you try it all, you will break it in half.
Well, that's a minor problem to have because it's like you already got everything out of it, you know, and this is kind of extra at that point. So I can let it slide. I might give it a chance when I got some extra time and more
More
time, just more time and more energy and all that stuff. The one thing that's kind of cool that I was thinking about is like I think Black Myth Wukong, like the demo was made by 20 or so people. It ended up being a bigger dev team at the end, but like these smaller studios putting out bangers is something that we need with the AAA games being trash and the price of games just skyrocketing. I'm excited to see where all this goes because maybe people will stop buying Call of Duty. It'll be nice. We'll actually get quality.
They won't stop
I think,
buying Call of Duty.
for $80, I think they might. Like, there's certain numbers that people just are like, my eggs are $10 and my Call of Duty's $100. I can't. You know, I can hope. I'm allowed to hope.
Egg problems.
Get your
We
hoping
do.
license. It'd be $80. Not allowed to
Oh my
hope that
god!
one.
I'm not allowed to hope without my hope license.
Yeah. Okay. I've bought the game for 2 people, and I bought it for Kylar. Like after 1 or 2 PlayStations, I was like, "This is a game that I need him to play so we can talk about it."
It's pretty good. I enjoy it.
And I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I still got to finish it. I haven't had time to play through it all. I have like 14 or 15 hours into it so far, around there. But yeah, like I've just been spending all my time just running around, just kind of like making sure I try to do as much as I can before moving on. It's a very addicting game.
Yeah, cool. Y'all got anything else to say, or is that all we can really do without spoilers?
I do want to bring up the music and do a little section of the
Okay.
music. One of the absolute crazy things about this game is that you can probably finish the game in less than 20 hours focusing on the story. It's about 20 hours if you just like did all the story dungeons. The soundtrack is over 8 hours long, and it doesn't include every song in the game. There are multiple songs that aren't on the soundtrack that show up only in game, which was because I was looking for some of the music and I couldn't find it. And it turns out that there's just songs that aren't uploaded or that aren't in their official full soundtrack. Because the other thing is that like you can buy the entire soundtrack off Steam and it's like 19 gigabytes.
Oh my God.
Because it's in like lossless scale file format. And this was one of the things that threw me for a loop. Some of the songs, the male vocalist that shows up, do you know what else he's in? What other song he's from? It's the guy who sings Bury the Light.
You know what's funny? I was going to say Devil May Cry, and I don't even know what you're talking about. I was going to be like, some Devil May Cry.
He shows up, and he does some of like my favorite songs in this game. And I was not expecting that. Also, another thing that's really cool is one of the characters in Act 2, his voice actor sings on the soundtrack in a few songs, which I just thought was neat. But the other crazy thing is that like each area will have like 4 to 7 themes.
Yeah,
throughout it.
There's like the area theme, the battle themes are all unique to the areas and stuff.
It's not even just the battle themes. I mean, the area itself has like 4 to 5 themes.
That's what I said.
Like
the areas have their own themes.
The battles each have their own theme, and there's a massive genre in this, like just a variety that you can find. And overall, it's probably one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. With I think probably my favorite song in the entire soundtrack being the final boss's theme.
I've not heard that yet.
I haven't heard it either.
I am very excited for when you guys do.
All right. Hell yeah. How much is the soundtrack?
The soundtrack is $19.
$19 for
like
9 hours of music?
154 tracks, I think.
Jesus.
It's pretty
good.
I mean, the entire soundtrack's uploaded to their YouTube channel too.
That's crazy. All right. Well, anyone got anything else?
There's a film adaptation on the way.
Yep, they've confirmed a film out. They've also said the chances for DLC are pretty good.
Ooh,
cool.
Okay.
And I'm fairly certain I know what they're going to do for the DLC. And I guess another thing I want to bring up is that not the story's good, but another thing that's really good is the writing. Like the writing is very solid. Like even in the moment to moment stuff. And I want to bring up the fact that this is the lead writer's like first professional work from what I could find.
Is it really?
Yeah. That I believe this is her first like professional project that she's written. And it's a fantastic story and very good writing.
The only complaint I've heard about the writing is it can be a little melodramatic. But other than that, it's really good.
Will you be mad if I play this instead of God of War?
No. I would rather you play this than God of War. 100%. Not even close.
All right. Maybe I'll find some extra cash somewhere and play it.
I'm gifting it to you after this podcast.
No, I know. I just turned down a gift last night. I can't do anymore. I don't have time.
You play games for my entertainment now. Come on.
Was that turning down Under Night?
No. Yeah, I was turning down Under Night. I don't know if if I play this, I don't know if I want to stream. I don't know if I want to stream it because I will be a shithead, and sometimes I shit on things people like, and it gets them upset, and I feel bad.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how well your computer will play this.
Oh, neat.
I'm kind of worried.
Oh, neat.
If
I mean, you meet the minimum requirements, but
his computer, it's been gomaged.
Dude, I'm done. I'm cooked. Can't play more games. Can't do nothing.
I'm getting so many scam texts about how the RTX 50 is available at a Micro Center near me.
Hey, do you know I looked up what
Click this
gomage
link
means?
to book one now.
What were you saying, Sim?
I looked up what homage means out of curiosity, and the descriptor I got was it basically means to erase, rub out, scrub, and or exfoliate.
Ooh, exfoliate.
Yeah, I think everything's a drawing reference. Yeah,
Painting, yeah.
there's a canvas and a painter.
So yeah,
and
it fits very thematically well because they're basically being they're rubbed out of existence.
yeah.
Yeah. This
I'm
coming from
a
the guy.
child.
You did that, and this coming from the guy who says he never says lewd stuff the other day.
I never say lewd stuff. You said that. I just laughed at it.
You're the one that
Yeah.
took it to the lewd spot. We were talking about actual being erased.
That was you.
You don't
Tsun.
even know why I laughed. I just laughed. I might have been looking at a funny TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
were
right.
doing the
Point
podcast,
soon.
huh?
I can't hear when 3 people talk at once.
Don't worry, we'll just do all 4 of us yammering at the same time. This will be a
Yeah.
nightmare for you.
Oh, my favorite.
You're
It'll
welcome.
fit those dreams I've been having.
What does that mean?
Oh, I told you guys I'm taking medication. It's fucking up my nights big time.
He's been having terrible dreams.
Not even terrible, just crazy, man. And the doctor warned me. He's like, it's gonna mess with your dreams. And I was like, I'm a big man. I can take it. I can't take it. They're so
I
extreme.
don't even need medication for that. I just have weird dreams in general. I wake up and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means, and I forget about it later.
All right, we good?
I think so.
All right, beautiful. Does anybody have any news? I have a couple things, but they're totally unnecessary. If y'all got stuff you really want to talk about, I heard there's some layoffs. I don't know if anybody wants to talk about that. I'm so burnt out on layoffs.
Well, I got some other news that's similar.
All right, let's get to it.
Microsoft is raising the prices of all their Xbox Series consoles and Xbox games.
Yay.
Yay!
They need more money.
But like a lot too. It's like
Not
a lot
little
of
money.
How
I
much
think,
are we
like, they're-
talking?
Their Xbox Series S is going up like $80. I think the X is going up like $100. All their controllers, I think, are going up too. By like $10 or $20.
Do we know anybody that owns like an Xbox Series S?
I don't.
No.
I don't.
That was released in like 2020.
Yeah.
Remember what I
And the price is going up?
Yeah.
did you not remember what I said yesterday? Where this is, at least I thought I said it in here. It's this is the only console generation where it was cheaper to buy at the start of it.
That's wild.
It's actually more expensive to buy it now. The best part is their like super version is more expensive or the same price as the PS5 Pro.
So the Xbox Series S, that's the most recent,
Yeah.
right? That's Microsoft's most recent console generation.
Mhm.
They didn't really
I
they
think.
didn't match. They didn't match PS5 with anything new, did they?
Nope.
We're not gonna try and do a new console. We're just gonna raise the price of our old one. That's a fucking fantastic business move.
Well, it's the same generation as the PS5. It's just they
Okay.
haven't done a Pro version. like the
Yeah,
PS5.
sorry. I meant the Pro version. I thought
Oh,
you said
okay.
Pro. Yeah, they haven't matched that with anything, but it's gonna be $730.
That's insane, man. What are they doing? Is that just because it's hard to get materials to make them, or
It's probably totally tariffs.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
tariffs.
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, totally the tariffs. So, yeah, I hope you're not an Xbox fanboy because yikes. And they're going to try and launch like a new console, and the ones now cost like $600 to $700. Oh my God.
It's not even Xbox fanboy. It's are you a living fanboy? Because
even,
everything's
like-
going up.
At least like PC, like at least we got all the parts before the tariffs like came on. So like you had a chance to buy them. Anything new that comes out now that's going to be next gen for Xbox or Sony. Oh my God, I'm scared to hear what the prices are going to be for that. It's going to be insane.
We'll see how long this lasts, because like you can't up the prices on everything and not up the prices on wages and have these businesses still work. Like I was looking, I think the new iPhone is going to be like $2,500 or some shit. Like people just aren't going to buy it. They physically won't be able to buy these things. So
Y'all are getting
good luck to the
fleeced.
company.
Well, they got extra kidneys, sell those bad boys.
You get like one. You get one. you get one before it starts becoming a problem. You get the second one, you're fucked.
No, you're not allowed to sell your organs. I checked.
Oh,
Of course,
That's so
of course.
illegal.
Then what am I gonna do with this?
Oh, you can donate it.
To who?
You write it tax write-off.
Can I tax write off my kidney?
no, you're not
You
allowed.
can try. Anything's possible with the right attitude.
Me feeling kidney down on the table. Can I get a down payment on this?
One Xbox controller, please.
Isn't it wild that we're going to be buying like $90 games just to unlock the store that sells the $30 skins for all the virtual stuff that's not real?
I'm gonna be watching that Steam 2-hour line real closely.
Oh my
I
God.
am not paying $90 for something I'm not playing ever again. I'm not doing that.
You know what a thought I just had for some reason? You know, if we ever do get like full immersion, like VR game, like full 5 cents, right? Can you imagine how fucking expensive a cosmetic would be?
Yeah, man. Did you ever see Ready Player One?
Yeah, that was in
it's
there.
their life. It's their life.
I did not.
Oh well, okay. I was like, it didn't clear the jump.
I can't believe you haven't seen that.
I've asked if we could. I've asked if you want to watch it, and you guys said no to me on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah,
thought we
because I don't
have.
like it.
I don't
No,
think. Okay, I will say I don't think I've seen it either. But I know what you were referring to.
It definitely is plausible that you've brought it up and I've shot it down because I don't really like that movie.
It's not the greatest.
But I'll watch it just to laugh at it.
It's not the greatest. Like that's ever been a stopping point for the movies we watch.
Tracer's
It's more like
in it.
it's not bad enough. Transmorphers put him to sleep.
Yeah. I was gonna say Filth is probably the worst thing we watched, but like worst thing? Transmorphers.
That whole
night-
thing during Transmorphers where just hear Fliz in the background snoring and Lionel getting mad at fucking monsters.
No, he's getting mad at ESO. He's
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, he was soloing or duoing an ESO dungeon, and he was getting so frustrated. The worst movie of my life is on screen, and I just hear Fliz snoring
in the back.
and I was losing my mind.
We're sitting here like, Fliz, stop the movie.
We're just like,
that shit was bad.
like, did
So
he
glad
fall
I don't
asleep?
remember it.
You were so mad at
You
ESO.
were focused on ESO,
I
man. You were
was.
getting mad at that dragon. I think it's a
I
dragon.
remember I was trying to solo that dungeon and I was doing it. The problem was the dungeon
Right? Kept healing.
no, it glitched out
reset.
and I didn't realize it for like 30 minutes. I thought I was just like not strong enough or something, but no, it was glitched. Because I actually went back I think like God knows how long later, and I was actually able to solo it.
Crazy.
Oh man. So yeah, more tariff things, but there is something that is now out that I know soon you might be interested in.
Yay.
It's called Zeo Genesis, which is an all new tabletop game from former Warhammer 40K developers.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
Zeo Genesis.
It's a heavily inspired by 80s and early 90s animated manga such as Appleseed, Ghost in the Shell, and
I
Armored
can see the
Trooper.
influence. Yep. I can see
Yeah.
the influence.
It seems really cool. What's kind of unique about this is the fact that it is like fully American made. So all of the miniatures will be in the US is where they're going to be manufactured and sent out from. So it lets, us avoid the tariffs and the huge prices like miniatures usually cost. And also what's unique about this is that they will actually be selling the STL files for their units too. So if you just have a
What does that
3D
mean?
printer, if you have a 3D printer and you don't want to buy their minis, yeah, you can just buy basically the blueprints for them and print them out
Like,
yourself. You don't have
Don't
to worry
have
about
a
it.
3D printer.
Yeah, this is just for those that do, because honestly, they're,
That's
they've
an
gotten
expensive
a lot cheaper.
investment.
I know someone that's bought like 4. I think he's getting his 4th one now.
I got a friend that bought one, and all he did every time he made something in it, I'm like, dude, the base I know it's the base of it, but every time it's making a base of something, it always look like a dick. Like if you're printing a Squirtle and it's like, dude, that shape is just a dick. What are you doing?
Oh my god. But yeah, so Zeo Genesis, it looks like it's a pretty interesting game. How it's kind of formatted is it hovers around one singular, like large kind of Gundam-esque mech, and then all of your support units are just like normal like troops. And it has the same turn-based system that Warhammer kind of follows. And again, it's made by former developers of Warhammer 40k as well. And it seems to be pretty positively received. Yeah, so if that's something that might interest you, check it out. I know that there is some rules available for free if you just want to kind of get a feel for it before you buy it. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at it right now. They even have webcomics. Like with the
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty interesting. I watched a battle report of it, and there's some cool mechanics in there. One of them is like one mech has like a laser cannon it can use that just like hurts everything in a line, including buildings. So it just like smashes through everything. And then my last thing, it was a game I was kind of keeping an eye on called We Will Be Gods. Have you guys heard of this?
it sounds familiar. Is that?
Yeah, it's a mix of a MOBA game like League of Legends and Civilization style games. The city building aspect of it, and apparently the game is promising like thousands of players fighting each other for months and months, like constantly, of these huge epic battles. Which, if true, is kind of absurd. Is it going to be true?
This just
highly
sounds like,
doubt it.
This just sounds like Foxhole.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god, Foxhole is interesting.
Foxhole is a very interesting game.
Like I own it. No, I don't. That was one I want. I was one I was interested in, but I never actually picked it up.
Well, I bring it up because it sounds like a very interesting concept. Just a MOBA game that's like hugely massive multiplayer. There's giant scale battles, including building aspects as well, where you can build turrets and defensive structures and such. Pretty cool. But also they're going to be having a play test on May 17th. So if you want to kind of try it out, go ahead and sign up for their alpha play test. You're not guaranteed to get in, but because they have a limited play test. But if you want to try it out, sign up and yeah, hopefully you get in. Let me know what it was like.
What was this called again?
We Will Be Gods. It's available on Steam too. I think it's on the Steam. There's a Steam page for it. And yeah, that's everything that I had.
I've got a few things.
Well, go for it.
Yeah. First and foremost, big news: GTA 6 is being delayed till the middle of next year.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Are you guys gonna play it?
I feel like I'll probably end up playing it. Yeah.
No, but the date being pushed back is important, just because how big of a game that's going to be. Because devs do not want to release around the same time. So it being moved back from what, September, October? I don't even remember what the original release date was. Like back
I think it was September or October. Yeah.
Like 7-8 months means that I'm fully expecting a bunch of announcements on like release dates or shuffling of schedules to try to move things around so you don't release with it.
I hope the first release date we see is like Horizon Dawn +1, May 2026.
That's literally what I saw in the announcement thread for this was like, well, we know when the new Horizon game's releasing, boys.
They're so strong. They know what they're doing. They like to punch upwards.
Tickle their toes.
Oh, I'm kind of curious at this point if people really care about GTA 6 and like the story, or if people are just like, we want the online Twitch RPG aspect. Like, do we even really?
Probably a mix of all of it, to be honest.
Just how big the game is, it's absolutely a bunch of casual gamers too are going to be.
Oh yeah,
that like probably don't even know what that is, are going to be buying and using.
Did you guys play through 5?
I did.
Yes, I played at least some of it. I played online for a fair bit, but I don't know if I ever enjoyed myself.
I liked that game. The only thing I didn't like was how like all the characters have different abilities, because I just liked having the car ability. It was so useful.
I have 2 quick stories about GTA 5.
Oh, no.
3 quick stories. Okay. In the beginning, the first time I got the
Oh, you know this one's gonna be
the
good.
first time I got the game, the first time I was playing it, you get a dog who's a friend, right?
Yeah.
Oh no,
My
no.
wife was watching, and there was an app that came with the game, and you could like feed the app controlled the dog or something. You could
Yeah.
like feed the dog and play with it on the app. And my wife was playing with the dog on the app, and I was playing with the dog in the game. I said, "Look," and I threw the ball, and the dog chased it into the highway.
The what?
Highway.
Oh no.
I can't even remember if the dog could actually like interact with the cars and get hit or anything. But my wife lost her mind at that. I thought, man, I could not stop laughing. The second part was my first online experience. I get into the lobby and there was like 8 people in the lobby or something. It was really small. Like when they first started, I go into the lobby. I'm kind of wandering around looking for people, and I hear somebody talking, and I get closer, and it's a kid, and he's maybe like 11 or 12, and he's in the strip club talking to the strippers because you used to have to. He was saying some shit like, "Oh yeah, girl, you look like Beyonce," or something like that. Yeah, no, I could not.
You've definitely told this story. Oh my god.
I know I did, because that shit was hilarious. Like, this poor kid, he didn't know he was on like lobby chat. That's for sure. Now I think I might be mixing it up, because I thought I remember seeing like a TikTok of the same thing, but I definitely had like an actual experience with some kid talking to the strippers in the lobby. The last one is they added that like first person view. I shouldn't even tell this story. It's not even a story. I went to my friend's house and you know what? Never mind. That one's just going to stay off the table.
Oh, the forbidden story. We'll never know.
Yeah. Well, you'll never know. It just makes me look like a crazy person. Anyway.
This just cutting it off that probably doesn't help matters either.
Nah, you know what? We get enough subscribers, I'll tell it, and it'll make me look like an asshole.
Ooh,
What's the
a
magic
sub-goal.
number?
There is. I'll tell you when we get it.
No, and that doesn't help either.
12.
Nope. All right, cool. So, I guess everybody's looking forward to that, but us, really. We're the odd ones out.
It's one of those games I could totally wait till it goes on sale at some point for. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be re-releasing for like 12 years.
Just
I'm
like
the-
5.
I am 99% certain that my Rockstar account is banned because it got hacked.
I don't know.
I just did play a game, tried to log in, checked my email. Oh, okay. Well,
How'd
fuck.
that happen?
Not allowed.
What'd you click on?
He cheated.
Oh
Yep.
no.
I cheated
Did you-
clearly.
Well, did you?
No, I didn't cheat.
He didn't buy enough shark cards and they banned his account.
I know a guy who actually did cheat, and I was like, "What are you cheating in GTA for, man? That's stupid."
I used to cheat in the old GTAs. That was
That's
half
single
the fun.
player, though. I'm
Sometimes after
talking
you already
like
beat the game.
multiplayer.
Oh, I don't understand cheating in multiplayer.
Yeah,
games
no,
ever,
this-
So
Yeah, no,
whatever.
like cheating in the single player, that's fine. That's like those are there for a reason, just to have fun. But
You just made me think of my all-time favorite use of a cheat ever was for Dark Souls 3 when they made it so that their collision was turned off right with each other. It was a bunch of players, and then they all turned themselves invisible, but they all wore a piece of the knight armor set.
Oh,
And so they
yeah.
all stood up. They all stood on top of each other. A guy walks up, and then they spread out. So it's like 5 invisible people that all separate with the armor, different pieces of armor. So they're all floating. Then they just start chasing the guy, and he books it.
He starts dodge rolling away.
He just starts panic rolling.
Oh, that's a great clip. Yeah, did you guys have any other news?
Yep. So apparently, Deadlock has a more exclusive hush version. That's even more exclusive to get in than their invite only alpha.
Ooh.
Because less I think it was last night or the day before, some streamer accidentally booted up the wrong version of the game. And apparently it has both like redesigns for characters and a bunch of new characters that haven't been seen.
Oh, he's going to jail. He's going to Steam jail.
They deleted the VOD, but people had already made screenshots. But it seems like they accidentally booted up the wrong version of the game. So there's apparently another version.
I wonder what it's called.
Tetherlock. Man, did that game fall off?
I think it's dead.
Clearly not. There's another Hush Hush version.
Well, I'm looking at the numbers. It had 171K peak, and it's at 9K right now.
I mean, that's not terrible.
I mean, it's also never officially released, technically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's also that. And every fighting game I play has like 3 to 9K. Like, that's in there all.
The 3K. Much closer to 3K than 9K. It feels like, except for everything other.
Yeah, for everything other than Street Fighter, yeah. I don't even play that one.
If I remember correctly, the game has gone through like a ton of changes too. So the game is it's definitely going to be much different when the game officially comes out.
I'm definitely interested in giving it another shot once it's fully released.
Oh yeah. Specifically if it stays free. I'll try it out.
Oh yeah. I wish there was, I mean, I kind of found a character I gelled with, but there was a lot more characters I didn't. So, I don't know. Sorry, I was just looking at some stats.
I've got one more piece. 1 second though.
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right. So apparently the back when the Ukraine war started, the developer and publisher of World of Tanks and World of Warships, they basically had a split where a new company in Russia took like owns part of them, like a Russian like version of the game, right?
Yeah.
And apparently the Russian government has moved to seize this studio and their assets because and they're hitting the CEO with extremist charges.
What?
Jesus. I didn't read that much into it.
Yep.
Oh my
I thought
god.
It's kind of crazy.
They were charging him.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I don't even know what to say about that. That's like insane.
Yeah, it's so. What was it? So because like, Wargaming has like supported Ukraine, but they also split off from Russia because of the whole deal.
Yeah, it's
And so
Wargaming.
yeah, they left it with Lesta. I think, Lesta, right?
Withdrew from the Russian market, and then Lesta Studio took ownership of World of Tanks and World of Warships.
Yeah, under the name, what is it, Mir Tankov or something like that?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, there's a Lesta developed version of World of Warships and World of Tanks since that split, and they've gone down different paths. But it's because of, I think Wargaming has like spoken out and supported Ukraine, and because of that is why the Russian government, from what I understand, is trying to seize the company, the Lesta Studios, the Russian branch, basically, of this.
Which is crazy because I'm pretty sure when because I think when they cut ties with because they cut ties with that studio completely, right?
From what I understand, yeah, because I think like Lesta Studios they're trying to argue that like, hey, we've done nothing wrong and we're full in compliance with Russian law, but
yeah,
who knows how much that will matter.
I'm seeing this update where Wargaming is saying they don't actually have any assets or business in Russia.
Yeah,
no, they cut ties with
it. Yeah, Wargaming does it because they separated.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
What I found says like they cut all ties with their Russian and Belarusian studios. So they don't, they don't do business there. They don't have anything to do with those studios.
Oh my god, I'm trying to read, but these fucking sites have a million ads getting in the way.
This is why you use an ad blocker.
I feel like this is a conversation we've had before.
It'll happen every time he gets surprised by ads.
I'm shocked at like how bad gaming journalism is. Like, half the articles are AI and half the sites are just bull. You can't even read because there's so many ads. There's fucking.
I mean,
One,
well,
two,
there's
three,
that.
four,
There's
five,
also the
six,
fact
7
that
ads in my face. 8 ads right now in my face. 9 ads. There's ads on top of ads on top of ads. It's crazy. Sorry.
the other thing is like this threat. The like information is like it abbreviates the names of the games in the thread title. So it just says WOT and WOWS. So it's like maybe the Russian government just tried to steal WoW. World of Warcraft.
I mean, that'd be worth more, right? Although I was looking at World of Tanks has made like $7 billion as of
It's made a lot.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's massive in Russia. I know that there's a huge Russian, and there was back when I played, a huge Russian community.
Oh, I believe it.
I know they were one of the first games to shut off global chat or like across team chat, so you could only talk to your team.
He said, "No, thank you. Y'all are a little too hostile
Yeah,
in this
no,
game. In this game about war, you guys are being too hostile."
No, this World War II era game. No, the European servers were a nightmare for chat.
Oh, I bet.
They're
Because
pretty
it's-
brutal.
Oh my god, it was so bad. The horror stories I've heard about the European chat.
I don't know what it is about Europe with these World War II era games, but they get crazy with the chat.
World War II in Europe. I think I understand why this gets like.
Well,
this.
yeah, I'm trying to ignore the obvious link, but
Then you'll probably struggle to find an answer.
I don't know, man. It's a game. Why they gotta be so death threaty and stuff?
Literally about tanks from the era. I know the average person that's invested in these.
I'm thinking of those. What do we watch those videos on the World War II Gary's mod simulators,
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's everybody just pretending to be Nazis and
Damn it.
having
the war. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I know. What video did we get there from? Because he had done something else that we had watched.
He was infiltrating Gary's mod lobbies that were all private servers that were like,
Damn it, who is that guy?
those are pretty, if you ever find them, they're pretty great. He just goes on these horrible Gary's mod servers and fucks with people until they kick him out.
It's Bub Games, right?
Bub Games, yeah. Those were good. We watched a lot of those because these folks are really on Gary's mod, having serious, and they're not World War II fighting. It's just it's Nazi Germany and it's World War II and we're all pretending to be Nazis.
It's
That's it. That's the game.
It's like 1942 occupied territory.
Yeah. I don't even know what they do except just be racist. That's that's the game.
Right. I remember how we got there because we were watching the video on the guy who spent $50K in a Gmod RP server.
Yeah,
And
that's
then we
right.
went down the rabbit hole from there.
Yeah, Bub Games, check them out. It's good stuff. All right. Well, I wish I'd done more research on that. I'll look into it some more, I guess, because I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But
Details are definitely muddy from what I was looking into.
yeah. Y'all got anything else? That was my news. I kind of.
I don't got anything.
All right. So you got anything?
I guess this one quick thing is the canceled Titanfall game.
Oh yeah.
There was an extraction shooter from what people were saying that I
I
saw.
think we talked about that already, didn't we?
No, this is new.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's a different extraction shooter.
That was Marathon, I think we talked. You might be thinking
Yeah.
of.
Really?
Yeah,
No, I
last time
could
we
have sworn we talked about.
Because
Oh.
the Titanfall, I think there was rumors. It's just we got more confirmation sometime this past week. 'Cause,
Oh, that must be
3 days ago, I think there was the layoff. EA had laid off a couple hundred people, and then they said that they had canceled that game in the Titanfall universe. But from what people were seeing, that it was probably an extraction shooter.
Okay.
It's got to be tough to get new FPSs going because what do you
It's
do?
a saturated market.
Yeah, it's been saturated. Like I don't hear extraction shooter and go woo. I don't hear multiplayer COD lobbies and go woo. I don't hear anything FPS and get excited.
I don't think
Well,
I've
have you
heard you
tried
go
unmuted?
woo.
Not much of a wooer.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever heard you have anything that made you go woo.
Oh, there's definitely been something. Couldn't tell you what right now, but it's happened. I felt joy at some point in my life.
The one instance that pops into my head was I was watching Freddy Got Fingered and the kid runs into the car. I remember you losing your shit. I remember you losing your shit.
That kid smashing into the car door is pretty fucking funny. I like Freddy Got Fingered.
I like that movie
They
too.
should make a
Some
game.
people hate it, but I fucking love it. It's so stupid.
When it came out, I hated it, but when you look at it, and this is going to sound really stupid, but from like an artistic point of view of him making like an avant-garde comedy, it's pretty fucking great.
I think I heard somewhere that he didn't actually want to do it, but they made him do
No,
it.
he was Tom Green was at the top of his fame. They were throwing so much money at him to do whatever. In fact, that's kind of the thought, because there's been no real interviews on it, that in the movie he makes $1 million to do whatever he wants. And that's kind of what happened in real life, where he said, I'm going to make $1 million movie and it's just going to be nonsense. I'm just going to waste this money.
He's like, yeah, you guys are gonna pay me all this money. All right, I'm gonna give you the dumbest movie possible. Like,
Yep. So it's kind of like a satirical of the, or I guess meta. I don't know. One of those
Rip Torn is
buzzwords.
great as his father in that too.
Yeah.
Oh, you reminded
Anyway.
me. Oh, you just reminded me of a movie. I can't remember the name of it. It's like the guy gets a huge inheritance from his like father or grandfather or something, like billions of dollars. But he was told in the will that he could only keep it if he was able to spend like $100 million.
Brewster's Millions.
Well, what is
Brewster's
it?
Millions.
Is that what it is?
Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor, right?
I think so.
Older
Yeah.
movie, black comedian.
Yeah, it's an older
Yeah.
movie, and like he had
Yeah.
to be able to spend the money and actually be able to spend all of it, but he could only spend it on certain things. And the problem was he actually couldn't spend the money without making more money. Like, it just kept happening.
Damn
I
it.
think there's a scene where somebody's trying to sell him like an iceberg or something. Like there's just nonsense happening. It's been a long time since I've seen that, but yeah, that's Brewster's Millions you're thinking of.
Oh man.
You have seen a movie before. Look at that.
I watched a video that talked about it.
Never
Oh,
mind.
damn it. Never mind.
I've not seen the whole movie. Yeah.
Hope's dashed entirely.
Damn it.
Oh,
It was comedy.
I
Yeah,
thought-
it was a YouTube short that talked about the movie.
It's a short.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I watched a whole YouTube thing.
It's very informative.
And then I clicked away. It was 60 seconds. I got out of there at 45 seconds, but you know.
When I hear I watched an entire YouTube video, I don't think of a 45-second
I
short
don't
as
think
what
it
you
was short either.
And it was comprehensive enough where I could explain the plot of the movie and Fliz recognized what movie it was.
He explained
What
most
an
of it.
age.
What? What do you mean?
He explained most of it.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he
said
did. What are
the
you
name
talking
of it.
about?
I explained everything about
I
it.
think it was. I think
It was
we're
Fliz.
all winners here. We're all winners
You guys
here.
worked as a team to deliver a comprehensive, quick analysis.
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work. So this is
Us-
a nightmare.
Also, you're talking about the time you felt joy? It's got to be when you played Rising.
I really like Rising. I had it. Well, I also had like the lowest lows playing Rising too.
Me and
but
Lionel
that's my own fault.
Him dying you just smashed into Sundown and Shield for 12 minutes
Oh my
straight.
god, I forgot about
Was
that.
the funniest moment I think your stream has ever had for me.
I'm just
we were
sitting
dying.
there. I think I was talking to you guys at the time. Just sitting there, I was like, "Is Fliz okay?" Like, he just keeps hitting the shield, losing his shit.
I can hear that Kylar's like leaned back in his chair, like got his blanket on, and he is dying. Because
It's like-
you just did not, you never learned how to do that the blade mode precisely.
I'm just like
Guys,
sitting there and I'm like,
misunderstood.
slash the shield.
Yeah, because
Look, there were a lot of things working against me, right? It was like 14 hours into that stream. The game never really, you can get through up to that point in the game
Yeah.
without knowing how to really use the sword. It's fine. And then suddenly it's like, guess what, bitch? You better learn today. That was funny. All right, Tsun, did you have some?
I had a one or two things. So there's another thing with the whole Bethesda, the Oblivion remastered and Sky Oblivion stuff. So
Oh, let's go.
Bethesda are really chill about the whole Sky Oblivion thing because apparently they're even now promoting Sky Oblivion in Oblivion remastered videos.
Oh, cool.
Like, yeah, they're
Good
like,
for them, I guess.
they're like, hey, even though we worked on Oblivion Remastered, we're excited for Sky Oblivion. They're even like, they even show off like footage of the mod at the end of the video and everything. And the Sky Oblivion crew is like, yo, we're super hyped. Like, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah,
What is the difference?
One's a fan made or like mod overhaul.
and the others that official.
Is there like a
but
is the game actually different, or is it just one is the
one's built in
company
Skyrim,
and one is
one's built in Skyrim's engine, I believe, and
Oh,
one is
okay.
built in Oblivion.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because there's a dual like engine where they have basically the remaster for Oblivion uses the original code base, but it's also uses UE5 for the graphics.
Yeah. So when they
Alright, cool.
it tweaked and modernized things, they also like kept it as relatively close to the original experiences they could.
You also reminded me that I saw something that the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages wiki is older than Google is.
That's wild, actually.
It is
It's
weird.
over 30 years now.
One day we'll get Elder Scrolls 6. One day.
No, we won't. Don't lie to yourself.
I was trying to prop you up, Lionel. I know you're sad about it.
No, I'm not even, to be honest. I'm not sad. Maybe a little bit. Skyrim I really enjoyed Skyrim.
I enjoy Skyrim a lot too.
I just don't know like how, like if that game came out, how good it would be. Because I don't
Really
know.
depends what they
I don't
do
know
with
if
it,
it could
man.
hold up to all the other games that have came out since Skyrim has. Because Skyrim, for what it
Right.
was, is ahead of its time, like for sure. But
I'm sorry. Has that game not re-released like 17 times?
Skyrim,
No, I
Yeah.
think he's
No,
referring
we're-
to Elder Scrolls 6.
we're talking about Elder Scrolls, the next Elder Scrolls.
Oh, you're saying that the next one wouldn't live up to anything?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be anything
They
special
have
like
to
Skyrim
really
was
pull
for
off
its
some like
time.
fancy stuff, I think, at this point. Because like
It really
I don't
would.
know if they would, because like the games all blend together for me
That's what I'm
as like
saying.
a casual. Like they're all like they could, and they've re-released the same game a dozen times and people still bought it. Like I don't think it matters. I think they could release literally anything, even if it was unplayable to some degree, and it would still sell like hotcakes.
well, I'd still pick it up and try it, but like
Yeah, I'm not referring to how successful it would be. I just meant more personally whether like I would
okay.
even be interested in the game. Like I don't know. It depends on what comes out.
I don't know where I'd put my expectations. Is the thing.
That's where I'm at, because like if they make the map like just enormous and there's so many things to do, Elder Scrolls is like fucking huge. Like there's no other RPG that's as enormous as Elder Scrolls is already. Graphic fidelity, you have like all these other games that are crazy. Like the lore is kind of, I don't really care about the lore very much in Elder
There's a
Scrolls
lot
games.
of it. There's a
I
lot
like
of it.
there's a
though.
lot
there's
of
a
it.
lot of it. I like the lore, but there is a lot, and it's like you gotta like kind of like sift through some stuff.
It's very difficult to kind of get into, but
It
yeah,
is.
it's not really for me.
It's one of
um,
those series that I've heard have absolutely horrifying amounts of lore, kind of like Bionicles.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
afraid of
funny,
terrifying
Yeah,
amount.
I'm more interested in like Fallout lore than I am Elder Scrolls lore. That's because I like
Fair.
post-apocalyptic settings a lot.
Isn't one of the things about Elder Scrolls that all like the entire world is all just someone's dream?
It's like
And
the
that-
gods.
It's
the
one
gods
of
are
the gods,
collect-
yeah.
Yeah, and if you if you like realize that it's a dream, you get like crazy power. And that was the story behind like Talos and why he was so powerful.
I mean, technically all video games are just somebody's dream.
Yeah, but usually they're not meta where all the characters are also aware that it's all a dream.
Yeah, man, dealing with the Daedra Princess gets really fucky if you get
does.
into it.
It's got some interesting stuff, but like I don't know how like hype I would be for Elder Scrolls. Just like when Oblivion came out, like it's really cool, but I'm not in a rush to get it.
I've already stated the fact that I like Elder Scrolls a lot, but I'm always infinitely more excited for Fallout because I fucking love Fallout so goddamn much. I love post-apocalyptic settings, man. Fallout's one of the best.
I got to rewatch the Internet Historian video about Fallout 76. We were talking about it. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
I think it was yesterday. Our friend, somebody was talking about it in the Discord.
I think it was our friend Eagles.
Because it was trash.
It really was, though. It was so bad. Remember that they tied like the player movement speed to the frame rate, so you'd have people just looking straight at the ground and like moving really fast.
I am speed, man.
I liked how they fucked everything up, and they were like, "Here's $5 maybe of currency you can't use or some shit." Like
literally nothing in the shop was cheap enough.
It's gotten a lot better though. I have returned to it.
There's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Okay,
where else are you gonna go?
It's gotten better. I don't know, man. It's gotten better. That's all I'm saying. Christ.
Oh man. Oh, it's great. I'm so glad that game came out. It's so fun to laugh at.
Yeah, see, laughing at shit like that gives me joy. I like laughing at things.
Yeah.
How's your side Concord, or not side? How's your Concord copy?
Beautiful.
Is it
It's gonna
mounted?
disappear one day. Someone's gonna steal that shit.
There's a old guy in an orange jumpsuit, and there's a lady, and they're all looking like they're ready for a fight that's never gonna come.
No, the fight is waiting for server.
It was. I have to confirm that it was even Concord. Does the lady have hairy fists? Remember that fucking secret level
I don't know.
episode?
Yeah, I don't know.
You kept focusing on it.
Yeah.
What were you focusing
it was
on?
a little strange. The secret level episode for Concord, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not.
But
It's
like,
not big deal. It's just funny.
it just like stood out to me because I was already watching something that felt like generic, and then
It's like a weird fever dream.
it wasn't even a weird fever dream. It was just like watching a game trailer for a game I don't want to play. Like that's all it really was.
I like the
And-
contrast there. It's a game I don't want to play, but I have a copy.
Yeah. I have a lot of those in my Steam library.
You have a copy, and it's after the game has been shut down, so there wasn't even a chance to
Yeah.
play it.
It's a memoir to all the times we've talked about Concord. This is a memoir to our friendship, and you're making fun of me for it.
Yeah, it's rude.
Guess I won't ever worry about that again.
Oh my god.
I'll fix it. Here, another game's on its way.
No. You got any more news? Or are you good?
I had one more thing I thought was funny. So I guess Path of Exile 2 had an update recently that was meant to basically turn the drop rates for like actual loot up instead of just trash stuff, and actually make boss fights drop stuff, like guaranteed at least something. And
Right.
Okay.
so they turned on the loot tab, and then instead they had to immediately take it down for 5 hours after launching the patch because it started deleting players' skill gems. Like the patch started destroying players' skills, and they had to immediately shut the game down and keep it down for 5 hours while they fixed it.
No, it's a feature.
The
You
feature
get to
is
go
that you
grind
die.
for it all over
So
again.
They pissed off their player base and then pissed them off further by keeping it offline for 5 hours.
Leaving them in suspense.
Elon's little minions were so mad.
Were they able to
Player
recover
game.
anything or no?
It did. It didn't say.
Gone
Oh.
forever.
But apparently, like, They said like there are multiple ways to catch this kind of problem normally, and then they followed up and said, but they all failed in this case. All of their fail safes failed them. But yeah, they had to put the servers down for 5 hours and like roll back. Oh yeah, never mind. So they did get the skill gems back because they rolled things back.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, they attempted to roll back the database, and it's crazy though.
Dude, you know someone out there had like 5,000 hours in that game and it was like hyperventilating while that game was off.
No, they
Someone was
probably died.
freaking out.
In Path of Exile, like tons of people had
Yeah.
that many hours. Like that's a big game.
Yeah.
Well, the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it says here. So the reason they started going poof is because it's basically down to a database snafu. The gems were supposed to be marked as being unable to be changed, an adjustment that evidently went badly wrong.
This makes me-
They accidentally sent it to Oops a Daisy.
What was the oh god, it just made me think of what Disney movie was it where someone accidentally deleted the root directory of one of their movies while they were working on it?
Oh, I remember that.
And
is it Toy
it's one of
Story?
it's Toy Story, I think,
Oh my
right?
God.
Because one of the people had a backup of the thing at home, so they didn't lose everything. But someone had accidentally deleted the root directory, so they lost
Dude.
everything.
Dude,
If they didn't have the backup.
did they keep their job?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had to crunch down. They like cost some people their families, from what I remember. I think I watched like a mini documentary. I want to say it was on a Toy Story where like it got deleted and they didn't like they didn't have a magic solution. They just said, "All right, crack that whip. Y'all gonna be here
No,
day and night
that's-
until this shit
That's
gets
not what
done."
I'm thinking of, because the one I'm thinking of is they deleted everything, but someone had a copy of it at home. Was the only reason they were able to salvage it.
Like the idea, I have a backup at home. I'll go get it. Like,
Because someone had been working from home on something, so they had a copy of it. It is the only reason.
Yeah, no, it was Toy Story 2.
Was it?
Yeah, in 1998, Pixar accidentally deleted almost all the data for Toy Story 2 when they ran a deletion command to the root directory. The animator who had backed up the data on her home computer had saved it.
Oh, they better gave her a raise.
how the fuck do you do that? Like,
It's not
Well,
that
you-
hard. It's just
Yeah, especially back then. Oh, dude.
but goddamn, man, that's a big
it's
oopsie.
just you just run the delete command to the wrong structure.
It's all command prompt. It doesn't ask you if you're sure. You
It,
sit under.
it thinks you're smarter than you are.
I think that makes it even worse because like you should be like locked in.
There's no recycle bin. Nah, it's just gone. The aether.
Ah.
Fucking Thanos snap.
Could you imagine you get a text from your employee? It's gone. What do you mean it's gone?
All of
Is
it.
It's gone. A fucked up boss.
Which part? All of it.
Oh man.
I'm so tired, boss. I fucked up.
You got anything else?
Nah, that we went through other stuff already.
Beautiful. All right, two quick things. You mentioned EA was canceling the Titanfall game. It also did that as it laid off 300 employees. So
God damn it.
fun stuff. And Joel, just so we can end on some bad news, you know,
No.
let's just kick
I
these
already
in
brought
there.
it up too. You just brought it back. I mentioned that they laid off, that EA had laid off hundreds of people. What I was talking about.
Yeah. And then Inzoi, which we talked about kind of
Inzoi?
in depth and recommend Inzoi,
Inzoi.
excuse me, which we recommended to a friend and talked about in depth, is kind of falling apart.
Is it?
Nobody's
Oh,
playing
no.
anymore.
What's wrong?
Yeah, and it's just it really doesn't work very well, and there's nothing to do, kind of.
yeah, I've
They're
had
not-
a couple people play it, and they just said they were just bored.
Which is really unfortunate because there's a lot of great ideas here. The implementation just isn't quite there. So Anyway, hopefully they come back. It's still in early access, so they're saying that's kind of why they did that. They said it's in early access so we can have this feedback, so we can make it a better game that people want to play. Although I don't know if I'm kind of like, are we in a place where, like, if you have a game that comes out terribly, like, the amount of work you have to put back into it to bring people back is like astronomical.
It is.
You got to do No Man's Sky levels of like years of work to fix a bad release.
There's a reason No Man's Sky is infamous for it, because games rarely do it. Like, it's very rare.
And your game doesn't even have to be like bad. It can just be like mediocre and it'll still die. You know? There's just so much out there. So
the thing that might help Inzoi, though, is that it's like level of there's nothing really that's similar to it besides it and The Sims and maybe like a couple other offshoots. It's a very small circle of games.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I hope the best. I'm always happy for new IPs to do well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, y'all got any last words? Or are we good?
I think we're good.
Yeah. We're good. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. We will be back next week with some more stuff about some other stuff.
Maybe some of the same stuff.
No.
Oh,
no, it's going to be more layoffs.
Okay, yeah, maybe some of the same stuff. We'll catch you next week for episode 47 of Who Got Laid Off, featuring us. If you have any questions or comments, leave them on the video or send us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. Otherwise, please drop a like because you're nice and you love us. And we'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.